And just like that, bam, we're live. Good morning, Slater. Good morning, Kenneth. So is this now a comedy? Correct. CrossFit? Correct. News channel? Correct. What do you mean? I don't even understand. What do you mean? Are you joking? Yeah, and it's a health channel, and it's a I don't know. It's everything. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand. How could you not know that? Is that a joke? Are you joking? Thanks for the push last night. Oh, you felt that? I do feel better. Yeah. My wife said. Sausages. Yes. Good morning, Jake Chapman from the Bay Show. Good morning. It looks like the young man that killed Charlie Kirk has turned himself in. Trump was on Fox News this morning, and he said he wasn't going to say anything, but then he said, it sounds like, I don't know if this is true, but the little bit I'm hearing, it sounds like it's either his father and a local minister talked to him and had the boy turn himself in, or his father is a minister. I'm not sure. But we will definitely have a show tonight, talk about all that, recap that. I was thinking what a different era we live in. My whole life, anytime the president has said something, he gets behind a desk and he sits all upright and proper. And then he's reading from a teleprompter and he addresses the nation. And I was just thinking how different it is now that we have a commander in chief that's just like wide open. Like if he's walking to the helicopter, they pepper him with questions. He goes on news shows, they pepper him with questions. We live in such a I don't know. At bare minimum, we live in an era where there's such an attempt to be more authentic. I would say we live in a more authentic era, but it's so nice. It makes me so optimistic. Just life seems so good. I hate to say that during such a tragedy, but it's really let me see or highlighted. I always think life is great every day. I always have those thoughts. Wow, life is just fucking amazing. But it's really highlighted it in this dark time. So, or in this, I don't even know if it's a dark time. Just sad. Just sucks. Just sucks. Another thought I was having this morning, I kind of wanted to wait till the great Dusty Hyland's coming on. I can't believe Dusty's never been on this show. This is a really cool dude who has been around a long time and knows a lot of shit. And I've always had such respect for Dusty. Chill, cool, hardworking, good role model. I've always admired him from afar. I text with him maybe like once a month. Just a great guy. I'm glad he's coming on. If he's coming on. Did I send him a link? Did I send you a link, Dusty? I think I sent him a link. All sorts of people are sending me Instagram links. I appreciate it, of things regarding the young man that shot Charlie Kirk. Yo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're back.
Today? No work today?
No work today.
Hey, dude. That was a really cool post you made the other day. Is this guy English? Where are these people? Are these guys from England?
I think he's British. Yeah. I watched that too.
Is this guy black? I was looking at him like, is he black guy or white guy?
Mixed.
Yeah, you can't even tell. I felt a feeling of alone with all of it, and then seeing how people came and showed up and spoke made me feel part of something great. Dude, your post was amazing. Like 5 people sent it to me. I was looking at the stats this morning for the show, and all these people who are saying they're making posts that say "Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk," or give him a little nod. It's funny. They're all losing shitloads of followers, and I was like, oh, I wonder if those shows are causing us to lose subscribers. And I want to say We lost a handful of subscribers.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oof.
But it's kind of nice.
Why?
I mean, I want people who aren't ready to wake up and get red pilled to hear the message, but if you're not ready, like, hey, don't come here and torture yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get that.
if you're ready, we're here. I'm English and white. Oh, I don't know why. You look like a black guy to me. We sponsored Kill Taylor with the Defiant Co. Oh, okay. I remember that. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Purging, or it's just like, if you're just hate watching the show, I mean, I'm not mad at you for it, but like, hopefully, even if you are hate watching, every time you come away from the show, you're like, oh yeah, I guess that did kind of make sense.
Mm.
Did someone say black guy? Yeah.
Yeah, we've definitely lost subscribers.
Nothing like when I ass pounded Craig Ritchie.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
No, that was good.
Okay.
That was good.
You're right.
Dusty, where the fuck are you?
That was a trip.
Oh shit. It says Sousa sent him a text. It says, Dusty, we'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. And then he wrote, sweet. Just curious, any other guest or topic? 9/11. And did he mean 9/11 like to talk about 9/11, or did he think he was coming on the show from 9 to 11?
Probably talking about 9/11.
Maybe he overslept. He's a West Coast guy. Hey, if you see a press conference, maybe I should turn on the big TV.
Yeah, I was going to turn mine on too.
If you see a press conference go up, I'd love to watch it. Man, that was did you see that post Charleston White made? That was fucking sad.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, no?
Yeah, I thought he was cool. He even addresses it. He's like, hey, I never cared about you fucking white people. I just do that to give you guys attention. I think he meant to get attention.
Probably.
That was really...
Oh. Is there one right now?
Maybe. Let's see.
Hold on. There's something going on right now.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Governor.
All right. Here we go, people.
And Commissioner Mason will take questions. Thank you.
Oh, this is the best part too. This is the questions. Nice cowboy hat. If I was the sheriff, I'd wear a cowboy hat.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Got him.
On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th, in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there's been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I will share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who has worked seamlessly together.
As a
Local law
10-year-old.
enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah, but I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history. With that, I will now turn the microphone over to the Director of the FBI, Kash Patel.
Thank you, Governor. This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. They had our backs the entire way, And I just want to express my gratitude for giving us the resources we need to operate in this space to bring this sort of justice at this sort of speed. In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie. Governor Cox, our partnership has been absolutely incredible these last few days. Our partnership will endure. Your state and local partners, your sheriffs, your DPS community has been unbelievably impressive in the hardest of times. And a case like this cannot be solved, cannot be brought without partnering with your state and local authorities. The FBI has a certain role to play, and we will play that role, and we will lead out for the federal government. But Governor Cox, we are so grateful for your state partnership that led out on this investigation. A little bit of the timeline. Charlie was shot at 12:23 p.m. on Wednesday. The first FBI agents arrived on scene in 16 minutes with chiefs of police at 12:39 and secured the scene. The FBI immediately launched fixed-wing assets. We utilized these assets to transport personnel, specialty technicians, hostage rescue teams. We also utilize these assets to go back and forth from the East Coast and here in Utah to transport forensic evidence and other evidence that will be analyzed and is being analyzed at our FBI laboratories in Quantico and other laboratories, including the ATF. At my direction, the FBI released the first set of FBI photos of the suspect at 10 a.m. local time on 9/11. Then, shortly thereafter, the FBI reward of $100,000 was released at 10:45 a.m. local. Myself and Deputy Director Bongino arrived on the scene at approximately 5:30 p.m. on 9/11. The governor led a press conference last night at approximately 8 p.m., where at my direction, the FBI released a never-before-seen video of the suspect. We also released new images to the public of the suspect. And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time.
Wow.
In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period. And I want to highlight what Governor Cox said. This would not have been possible without you, the media, and you, the public. That's why we went so public, so fast, and we're so transparent, and we're committed to that transparency. The crime scene, just a little bit there. It is a large crime scene. State and local authorities, along with federal authorities, processed that crime scene quickly. And I even had the ability to walk through that crime scene and walk through the steps the suspect took to learn more about what was needed and what resources we needed to bear to create a full picture for the FBI and leadership back in Washington. Furthermore, thankfully to state and local partners, forensic evidence has been seized and continues to be garnered. Forensic evidence has already been evaluated at FBI laboratories in Quantico and state and local authorities here. We will continue to process evidence as we see it, as we collect it, and we will continue to deliver to Governor Cox and his team. Last night, we had a total of approximately 7,000 leads. As of this morning, thanks to your great work, we have over 11,000 leads that were called in to the FBI. And we are running out every single lead that we can. Every one of those leads will be run out. The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here in these last few days. The FBI Salt Lake field office, along with our offices in LA, Phoenix, Denver, San Antonio, Las Vegas, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, our headquarters component in Quantico, all participate in the FBI. I want to express my deep gratitude to the employees of the FBI, the men and women, the evidence response team tacticians, the special operators, the agents, the support staff. You have done monumental work in historic time when the public, who had a right to demand such an expeditious solving of an investigation, the FBI answered that call diligently, critically important to our nation, and we delivered. And I'm proud to be their leader, and I'm proud to be the director of the FBI. This is a very much an ongoing investigation, as the governor said. And
Caleb, is he carrying a gun?
State and local authorities to develop the
Probably
investigation,
not.
to provide them the evidence they need for their ongoing prosecutions, and we will be here to answer every call they absolutely have.
He is. It's under his
as long
suit
as
jacket.
it takes, for as long as we need to find and apprehend whatever suspects were involved in this crime.
Oh, maybe there's more.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
All right. Damn. I don't know what Dusty, hi. Good morning.
Oh,
What an intro. Oh,
Yeah.
I think we lost your audio. Something happened to your mic. We can't hear you. Maybe it got disconnected or something.
oh, there it is.
Dusty?
Yeah.
Now I think we have
Am I
you.
here?
Oh, there we go. There we
Okay.
go. Yeah, baby.
Sorry, brother.
No, it's okay. Sorry about that. We've been following the story closely. Fuck.
At people standing up here who are running on, if they got an
Heavy stuff.
Yeah, heavy stuff.
Heavy
How
stuff.
is that? How is that in your gym? Is it polarizing? Is it like the George Floyd thing? Like some people are sad, some people are glad?
I think that it really hasn't infiltrated yet. I think people are processing it still. I think people are kind of in shock still.
Yeah.
It's not. I know that it's polarizing in so many aspects in this country right now, and especially on the media outlets. You know, California is a little different type of spot with a lot of different different vibe. You know, they all come together here in LA. So I think people are processing quite a bit. I think a lot of people are shocked on, you know, at just the brashness of this event, and it's a reminder of how crazy and wild and just unhinged America is in general. That life can be taken in a second. It's brutal.
It was kind of crazy because at first I was seeing all this really negative stuff, this stuff that was that was making me sad, you know, people celebrating his death. And then this morning on Twitter, I saw 3 or 4 big influencers from the left being like, hey man, this fucking rocked me. Like this fucking sucks. And you know, it's kind of like you see these 2 fighters get into a ring somewhere and they fucking hate each other, and there's like a month buildup, and at the end they're crying, holding each other, and the mic's built. You hear them whispering in their ears, "Man, I love you so much. Thanks for doing this." Blah blah blah. And those people share a special moment that no one else can share with them. Right? They just spent 25 minutes in the ring kicking the shit out of each other in this really intense human interaction. And I feel like some of the people who've been fighting with Charlie, debating him for the last 5 or 10 years, are having kind of that moment, like, holy shit, like I didn't want my nemesis to die. Do you know what I mean? It's like
For sure.
This is a really bad example, but I was so sad for John Woolley. You know, I'm not a big fan of him, but I was so sad for him when his Instagram account got taken down for some fucking bullshit. It's like, what the fuck, man? That sucks. That, like, I respect the hard work and the crazy amount of posting he does and his vigilance, and like my respect for him is more than my frustration for his opinion. And I would never want him like to go away or leave the space. You know what I mean? It's what makes it's what makes life dynamic and fun.
You guys certainly need each other to create excitement.
And dialogue. Maybe
excitement's not the right word, but like just dialogue, just fresh, interesting talk around the fitness space. I don't agree with, you know, some of the things he says or some of the things that you guys put out, but like it certainly adds to the culture and the flavor of what we're doing in terms of, you know, growing this fitness space, the CrossFit space specifically. You know, I try and tune in. I listen to you guys when I can. I don't podcast a lot. I don't listen a ton, but I walk the dog in the morning, and I'll pop it on, and you know, it just feels like you guys have your finger on the pulse of what's going on. And in terms of like all of it, all of the mess, right? Whether it's the sports side of things, the pieces that you guys or tracking and doing on some of the athletes are kind of hysterical and funny, but like those are the things that we talk about in the gym all the time as well, or we used to when we were younger. It's just sort of like the gossipy stuff is sort of, it's very grounding in a way. Like there's something that needs to be harmless and fun about going back to the gym. It's all hard work. We know that. We sign up for it. And, if we don't have the joy of connecting and experiencing all of that offers, it's like the tough stuff, the hard work, putting your elbows into the Metcon and smashing it. And then also having a chuckle afterwards and keeping it light and, talking about, who stayed out till 2 a.m. or, what, 22-year-old girls dating whoever's in class, et cetera. There's all that fun gossip and stuff that I think just makes that culture of the gym something vibrant and alive. And I think you guys have done a pretty good job of keeping that central for an entire community, especially as we've traversed so much stuff over the last 5 years since Greg stepped away, and we've had some different leadership. And, man, we're sitting in Dogtown CrossFit, which is in my garage now, and I still love coaching, and the methodology is alive for me. My wife just got done smashing a workout at 5 this morning before she goes to work.
Nice.
On the assault runner over here, we had her do a little Jackie-esque 800-meter assault runner run, 50 kettlebell swings, and 35 chest to bar pull-ups for time. And,
Damn.
then she's off to the oncology center where she's an MRI tech and doing the good thing and fighting the good fight on the west side. So, like, dude, these moments, just like, these huge central crazy moments, loss is the thing that I think, I don't know, man. Hopefully it'll bring the temperature down. I'm always an optimist.
Me too.
That we bring it brings us back to center as a country, and honestly, the loss is the thing that binds all of us. It's the most human thing. And this tragedy is another one in a long history of things that, have been missteps in this country. And it's unfortunate. But, you're 55, right? So
53.
You're a couple years older than me. It's a big thing. I mean, with the Lazar passing last year, I felt like that was a seminal moment for a generation of CrossFitters and fitness exercisers. Didn't realize how honestly dangerous, because CrossFit at its elite expression, at that highest level, dude, there is an edge to it, man. And that's why we got into this thing. That's what was so alluring for me as a young athlete, not even a young athlete. I was about 30 when I started doing CrossFit, and what I gravitated towards, and at the highest expression, it's still got a level of danger to it. And, but so does life. So does the world. Right. And it's easy to point fingers and Monday morning quarterback after all this stuff, all the stuff's going to come through on this tragedy in this world. And in this latest tragedy. And hopefully we'll have some clarity as to what and how it all came together. And unfortunately, it's not going to probably feel much better because
it's crazy. The part, like, obviously life is full of sad shit, ups and downs.
Yeah.
I can't ever remember wishing ill will on someone. Whenever I think that feeling of wishing something bad to happen always feels like I'm talking about myself. Do you know what I mean? And maybe that's selfish why I don't do it, but I'm never like, God, I hope that guy's fucking account gets canceled, or I hope he gets hit by a car, because it always feels like, what am I doing to myself? Like, it feels like I'm casting a spell on myself. I don't ever want to do that. And so that's the part. That part is actually harder for me to relate to and process than his actual death. It's just like, holy shit, you're wishing bad shit on someone. Like, God, that sounds like, I don't know why.
You're not even wishing. You're planning and going out and spending time to take someone else's life because you think
it's
that
wild.
is going to be that is going to be a life changer. And
but I mean like the pundits on social media who then come forward and then they're happy about it. It's like, ooh, you really said that out loud. You better be careful. That just sounds like I wouldn't want to leave my house after saying something like that. Not that someone's gonna hurt me, but that there's some cosmic force out there. Maybe it's the hippie in me, but like, man, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't wish bad shit on other people. Just, I don't know. For me, it sounds you shouldn't celebrate other people's pains.
No, I mean,
I don't even like all I'm thinking about this morning. My shift is shifted from Charlie Kirk to this poor kid Tyler's parents.
Right.
I just keep
thinking
about oh my God, thinking about his poor parents. Yeah, and his family, and I'm just like, oh my God,
dude.
His dad's like a 27-year veteran of the police force too.
Oh my goodness.
You know, and it's, you know, your father raising kids is unbelievably challenging and rewarding and super cool, and you just don't know. You just don't know. Like, you can do everything right and they can turn left.
Yep.
For whatever choices that arise or come up, and that's got to be tough.
Especially if you give them a cell phone at a young age, they will turn left.
Right.
Yeah, don't do that.
Man.
By the way, congratulations on what is just incredible fitness. It makes me so happy to hear that you started when you were 30 years old, because I started when I was 34.
Right.
So you're how old are you?
50.
Okay, so you got 20 years under your belt. That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your
CrossFit,
performances
man,
are insane. I was watching your press on the parallel bars yesterday, your press to handstand. I was watching just all your movements. You still move beautifully. It's crazy. You are something special.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. You know, I'm really thankful to CrossFit. I love it. It grounded me. I was a collegiate gymnast. I wasn't a fantastic one. I did all right.
Okay.
And graduated from UCSB in 1998, 99. And
oh shit, we were there at the same time. I got there in 97. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I was an All-American there, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I got a film studies degree, and
shit, me too. Well, I tried to. I never graduated.
You and I were in some classes together, for sure, I bet. It was like a wash, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We after I graduated, I got this job to hop on a cruise ship, and I subbed in for an Olympian in a cirque show for 1 year. The coolest job on planet Earth for a 23-year-old guy, because there was nothing to do with gymnastics. Like, what do you do with gymnastics? You become a stuntman, or you like turn into a banker, or you go get a desk job or whatever. And this is before CrossFit, right? So I hopped on a cruise ship. One of my buddies had torn his Achilles in the show, so I just jumped in and toured the world for a year. And what a time. Just before the millennium, on a cruise ship in the Caribbean, and then up into Alaska, and then down through the Panama Canal and around for a year.
With the guy with the nicest body. I would love to be the guy with the nicest body on a cruise ship. My wife worked on a cruise ship. I don't like to hear those stories. She also said
it was
time of her life. She said it was amazing.
It was a good time to be single. It was a good time to be single. I came back to LA after that, and I found CrossFit after, my dad was like, get a job. Like, my dad's old school. It's like, baby boomer. He's like, get a job. You need medical insurance. You need to do all that stuff. Fine, you're going to work in the entertainment industry. You got a film degree, go down. So I started grinding, and I sat down at a desk, and I was pretty good at talking to people and hustling. And I just started grinding in the film and entertainment industry at a desk job. And 4 or 5 years flew by, and 30 pounds arrived, because I just kept eating and sitting and eating and sitting.
What did you do at that desk? What was your desk job? What did you do?
So I worked at a talent agency. I started in the mailroom, and I worked up as an agent trainee and worked at a place called ICM. It's still a company, and worked with talent up till right about the age of 30. I produced a small film with a bunch of friends. Like, we got together. It was just a Hollywood thing. And then went up and saw my grandpa. He was 93. He was dying of cancer. And I walked in the hospital, and he was high on morphine. And he was like, man, the nurses in here are great. And he had a smile on his face. And he looked at me and he goes, you know, people are on drugs. They say whatever. They're like,
yeah.
He's like, you don't look happy. And I was like, okay. And he goes, switch it up. And life goes by like that. He goes, do something different. He goes, you won't regret it. And that stuck with me, but it took me a little while. And I went back, and I was kind of like, I was looking at my bosses, and I was like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. I don't. Yeah, they got money.
Like, you were looking at your future self when you.
Yeah, I was just like, what is this? And I decided to make a switch, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to get back into shape. And so I kind of just self-selected out of that job and kind of got out of there, and, you know, went back to the gym because I didn't know what to do in between jobs. And I was kind of looking around in Hollywood, and I was like, what am I going to do? I hate the gym, like Bally's 24-hour, whatever. And I went back to the gymnastics gym because I didn't know what to friggin' do. They had an adult gymnastics class, and I walked in and I talked to the owner, who everyone knows each other in the type of sport. That type of sport is pretty small. And I ended up coming to adult gymnastics and then becoming the coach, and then starting to work with some stunt guys there that would come into this adult gymnastics class. And it allowed me to segue two different directions. I had stunt guys come in, and I became friends with them, and I helped working with them. And then I had this Marine, come in and take my adult gymnastics class. And he had just affiliated in 2004 or 5. That was Andy Petronic. And he had affiliated as one of the first affiliates under Greg. And he was like, dude, you got to teach me how to do gymnastics. It's part of this thing I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what do you mean? What? And he couldn't raise his arms over his head. His shoulders super tight. He was like this little, gorilla. And
I just want to jump in here really quick.
Yeah.
The era that we're talking about, that Dusty's talking about, everyone knew Angie Petranic. Like, there was a time when everyone knew who all the affiliate owners were, or at least half of them. Yeah. We're talking about 300 affiliate owners max, and because of the internet and because of the blog, everyone knew everyone. And Andy was a fucking superstar. He was, I don't know, he always seemed a little bit older to me. He was a fucking stud. He was built like a brick shit house. He looked like a gymnast himself. Super gregarious, very giving, always had a smile on his face, pumped. The kind of dude who you're like, dude, are you on meth? Like, just a great a force of nature to be around. And so it's crazy for me to hear Dusty mention his name, because I haven't heard his name in a long time, but he was like equivalent to like a Rich Froning. He was just he was an icon in the space. Everyone knew that affiliate owner. That's the way it was back then.
He did eco challenges. Like, he just did these long, crazy, tough kind of, it reminded me, I was listening to Dave's Week in Review the other day. He was talking about that shooting 36-hour trip he went on. I was like, wow, that sounded incredible. Anyway, so Andy invited me down.
One more thing. That's interesting. That was the time when the affiliate owners were the stars. It was before we had star athletes. So there were these affiliate owners that were like, oh shit, that's the guy. And he was one of those guys. Yeah, that's the guy. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So he invited me to come down for a workout, and he just crushed me in a Tabata workout. It was like the first thing I ever did. And it's the quintessential story of like, holy shit, I'm challenged. I don't even know what this is. It made me feel alive. It made me feel like that, like I couldn't breathe for about 5 minutes afterwards. And I was like, wow, there's something here for me.
Was this in a CrossFit gym? Was this in CrossFit?
Yeah, it was at CrossFit. It was at CrossFit LA.
Crazy.
For sure. And so I went home and then I started looking at the blog, and me and my roommate and I at the time, our housemates, we started kind of trying to do some of the blog stuff in our garage.
Mhm.
And I would look at the numbers on the board, and Josh Everett was the guy I was always chasing. I love Josh. He was such his times were insane. And then CrossFit would post, I'm sure you did some of these videos, CrossFit would post up something with him in it, weightlifting. And
Yep.
I was like, damn, if I could be that strong, if I could learn how to move the barbell like that, I would be cool, right? And then I started to think about it. I was like, wow, how can I use CrossFit to get fitter, to get these stunt jobs? And that's sort of the evolution of like, how am I going to implement and use CrossFit as a training modality and start experimenting on myself? Because I had all the gymnastics down. I could good range of motion and good core strength and all that stuff. Just never picked up a barbell before. And so we did that, and I started.
Here's Josh. By the way, real quick,
Josh.
here's Josh Everett at 50 years old for the 27th consecutive years of his life, cleaning 300 pounds.
Holy shit.
And that's what I wanted to do. That's
what
what I
a
wanted.
fucking savage, dude.
Dude.
Right. What a beast, right? And he's still working down with the Navy, and he's crushing it with doing fitness programs, and he's the head guy down there. It's super cool. We got connected through the community later on, but that's who I would chase on the board. And at some point the crossover for me happened. I realized, oh man, you're 32 now. Like this isn't going to be your sport, man. Like this is something that you can help people do and grow and be. And I saw that the gymnastics component could be, because I had such a lengthy career in it, something that I could help add and in a way I could connect with athletes. And so started coaching just a little bit at a circuit training studio in Venice. And then my housemate decided.
What year is that? Do you remember what year that is, Dusty?
2007, 2008, maybe.
Okay.
By that time, I got a job. Like there were things that happened in between, right? Like, so I remember when Murph came out. I remember when it was posted on the blog for the first time. My parents were standing. This is such a crazy story, and this is how crazy we were back then. My parents were staying up in Malibu at an RV park. It's beautiful. It got burned down in the fires. So it's gone now. But I looked at the blog and I was like, Murph, wow, this looks like a gnarly workout. I want to work out today. Let's see what I can do, right? Look, I don't know how far a mile is, but I'm just going to run down the bluff down to LMU and back. It was a beautiful day out, right? And I just started a timer on my watch, and I was like, I'm going to run a mile. Okay. Dude, there's no pull-up bar. In my head, I'm like, I'm a gymnast. Let's do handstand push-ups instead. So I did 100 handstand push-ups up against I think it was up against like a sign up in the RV park. And then I did 200 push-ups and 300 terrible squats. And then I limped my way through another mile run, and I came back up, and I was like, that was a bad idea. But it was a great workout, and it was so fun to explore. I was at an age where like it didn't matter. My body was fine. Like it wasn't a big deal. But like those were the things that we were doing back in the day when we were just, this is undiscovered country. It was, it was a blog on a website, and there was this freedom of expression in terms of just exploring what it meant to be fit. Different people had different skills, and it all kind of came together. And that's what that's why I still love doing it. Dusty, go for it.
I went to UCSB. I went to UCSB's film school. I went down to LA. I got an internship and worked on a bunch of TV shows. I ended up doing Murph for the first time at a campground in Northern California in Guernsville. Exact same thing, except I did find a pull-up bar. And I remember that last mile. I didn't do it. People keep asking if I use body armor. Go fuck yourself. No, I could barely drag myself. And I remember that last mile. I had something that later on I looked up. It's called like athletic asthma, but I was I'd never wheezed in my life. I was wheezing that last mile, like I was breathing through a straw. I could hear myself like a smoker on a TV commercial. It's like,
Oh,
It's so crazy.
and you don't
All
want to
the
walk.
things that
You know,
we
you're like,
no, I jogged slower than a walking man. It was I must have
Yeah.
looked like a complete idiot. It was crazy. It was probably like
Yeah.
90 degrees outside. Same with you, probably in Malibu. It was hot as shit.
dude, it was
So
insane.
funny, all
It's
the
great.
similarities we had. I don't think mine was until
Dude.
like 2009 I did it, but it was crazy.
Sure.
Anyway, I
And
just wanted to
so-
say it's so funny, all the
All the little
parallels,
like,
places we were together. Yeah.
there's all these things that sort of like a rite of passage, right? Like
Yeah.
you I don't know when you hooked up with Greg and started doing stuff with him, but so right about I would say
End of
I got a job in
2006.
Chicago.
End of 2006. Yeah, very, very end.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
So I got a job doing a stunt show out in Chicago for a summer, so that delayed things. And then I got back, and my buddy Adam was like, "Man, I got the CrossFit Culver City affiliate. Like, I just paid for it."
Do I know
And
him? Adam who?
Adam Noble is his name. He's
Okay.
no longer coaching CrossFit, but he ran Dogtown with me for 12 and a half years.
Okay.
And we were buddies, and he had already owned a business. And so his dad loaned him some money and was like, let's get the seed and let's open the gym. And at that time, there was another dude that had just opened a Krav Maga facility. And so while I was gone, Adam decided to partner with this dude for about a year. And that's where CrossFit Culver City was born, where we met Val Voberil and started doing some training. She just walked into the gym. What an amazing
Was she
athlete.
a gymnast? Was she a gymnast?
She was a gymnast as a kid. Didn't do it in college or anything, but she had already been doing like I wouldn't say Go Ruck. What was it before Go Ruck? There were those long, like crazy adventure races people would do where they were getting shocked and doing all that. It wasn't a Spartan
Like
race. Before that, it was like
Tough Mudder or something?
Tough Mudder.
Tough Mudders, stuff like that.
Okay.
And she would win them, like her and her husband. They were beasts. So they came into the gym and started working out with us. And, she was just amazing. She was just gritty, tough, and she still is. I got to see her at the games this year. We got to hang for a minute. But that experience was super cool. It was just really organic, really fun, doing stuff off the main site, playing and experimenting with workouts. People started coming into the gym. And at some point, critical mass happened, and Adam and I and a group and a couple other coaches decided, let's just break off from the Krav Maga gym we're in, and we got the affiliate. We launched the affiliate Dogtown in 2010 in Culver City, and that was
that was like a hub, like all the athletes. That was like one of the first like hubs. A lot of big athletes, right? Val. Lindsay. Was Noah there too? Kenny Leverage.
Noah came out for a little while. 2010, we just started. We had to slip into this space that we took over. It was like a sexy lingerie business that Culver City wanted out, so they let us kind of slide in there, and we painted the walls green. They were pink, and started running classes, and we'd filled up quick. We were probably like the fourth CrossFit gym in Los Angeles. And so there was CrossFit LA, there was Paradiso CrossFit, CrossFit Culver City still existed, and then us, and then Hollywood. And so Val was training there. Right around then, Carson happened, right? So 2010, the Open happened online for the first time. And then the games came from Aromas down into Carson. And it was so close for us that it was such a cool time to be a part of CrossFit in Southern California, because people were gravitating towards the brand. They were looking for something. The weather was great. There was just this mass just like move towards it. And then the games in the summer were so central to kind of this influx of not only people into the gym, but their interest in the space, and those years in Carson were certainly so fun.
There was some famous people doing CrossFit too. Charles Barkley, Harrison Ford, the Ally McBeal chick. Like there were all of a sudden all of these sightings like, oh shit, so-and-so was in a CrossFit gym. Rappers. Yeah.
Right. Bob Harper from The Biggest Loser started doing a little bit of fitness. There was there was quite a few people. You know, the 300 movie came out, and they kind of
Yep.
used CrossFit to get those guys ready to go. And so there was just a lot of stuff going on in terms of the zeitgeist and the popularity of what was happening. But what was happening at our gym was there was this confluence. It was like this perfect storm of classes happening and people excited. And we had CrossFit athletes actually coming and training. There was enough space, and there was just this really awesome blend of elite fitness, people coming in to get fit for the first time. And then we could go support, you know, the athletes at regionals and at the games. And I loved everything about the game. You know, there was this thing early on where every year security would get tighter at the CrossFit games. And we had a limited coaching passes. And I would literally try and break through security at some point. And I haven't really got to talk to Dave about this more, but I think I was probably pretty annoying along the way.
Everyone loves you, Dusty. Everyone loves
I
you.
pushed the access. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be in front row. I wanted to support my athletes. People were like, dude, they can't hear you out on the field. And I was like, I don't care. I was super obsessed with all that. And I just love the experience of it. But more so, I think my biggest mistake early on is I didn't understand what all of the stuff that Greg was doing to support the longevity of the brand and what he was trying to do with, you know, the nutrition aspect of it and the health aspect of it. I didn't get it. I was just a little young, and I was like into
Me neither. I worked there and I didn't
into the
get it.
fitness, into the sport, into the excitement. And now at 50, you know, it is so paramount to my health personally, my sleep, my peace of mind. You know, I don't weigh and measure my food, but I'm certainly the example for my clients. And
Your
we
contribution to humanity, you finally realized what that is.
100%. And you know, this is the last trip to the Masters CrossFit Games that I just went to in Columbus. Man, I'll tell you, from doing it when I was 40 to 50, the environment. And I know there's been a lot of discussion about separating the Masters and the teens, and it was really cool to go to the games. And doing it when I was 40, I was in an empty stadium, and my mom and dad were watching me, and it was like no one was there. It was like it was like a bomb went off. Right. This year, my dad is 83, and he sat in the stands and could stand on the railing with my niece and my nephew, my wife, and a couple of athletes that I coach, and I could hear them and I could see them, and there was athletes around us celebrating the fact that we're all there, that we're all still doing this thing, and we're still extremely healthy, and that these are all leaders in the fitness space on so many levels. And it's such a cup filling moment for 540 athletes, watching the teens do it, right? You know, knowing that the choices that we're making every day are paying off. Like we're pushing back on aging, pushing back on health, doing and having the solution is just doing the thing, guys. Like, I love what Greg said the other day on your podcast. And that was like, CrossFit works, right? You can go look in the mirror and believe it's not going to work. It's not working. I'm a fat piece of shit, or whatever you say to yourself that beats yourself up. But if you just keep showing up and you keep doing the work, that it will transform your body. And I'm reminded that almost every day. I coach teens, grandparents, collegiate athletes, former professional athletes. I have such a cool job because I get up, and I've been doing this now for 20 years, and I get to select who I coach, kind of in a way. Like, people gravitate towards me, but I'm so lucky to be able to go. Like yesterday, I drove up to Brentwood, and I worked with a guy who owns an art company, and then I drove to the gym and I worked with this guy. You know, that guy's in his 50s. He's been doing CrossFit for 15 years, right? Then I went to the gym, and I've been working with this guy for 6 months. I got him off the sauce. He's lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
He's starting to eat healthy.
Wow. He quit drinking, huh?
Yeah. It
That's
took a
cool.
little while. Like, and
Yeah.
what we did is we used metrics. You know, I did the thing with him. We just started getting him move consistently. And then we got him around the community because he does one-on-ones with me and then he does class. And then we started to chip away and he started making better choices. And I started to scan his body and like his body fat would drop. And then his lean body mass started to go up. And then he went back to drinking for a little while, but he still progressed. Even though he didn't lose any weight, his lean body mass still improved. His body fat decreased. And then we got him back off the sauce and he lost another 15 pounds. And he was like, man, not drinking is a force multiplier. And I can start to feel it in my body. My joints feel better. And I just saw him yesterday and the dude's power snatching now. He's squatting. We're moving at a pace that is right. His ankles and his hips are so tight. He doesn't squat very well, but his life is so much better and he recognizes it. And it's a combination of doing CrossFit, of eating starting to make the right choices, and then just doing it, right? And, you know, he watched the Masters. We watched me compete as best he could and supported us. And, you know, we've got this community of aging athletes. So I know I'm going to keep talking, but like I got the affiliate in my garage, right? I coach maybe 5 or 6 people here. I love it. My wife and I train here. It's fantastic. We're fully insured. I got an AED in the corner, all that stuff. And then I go to CrossFit LA and I coach 8 hours a week because I love to coach.
So they're back open. Did CrossFit LA burn down?
No.
Okay.
It was very close.
Okay.
We lost. So, dude, because of you guys and partially, thanks so much for having Kenny on and helping with the GoFundMe. We lost probably 8 families off their houses from the gym.
Wow.
No shit. Like gone, 100% gone. And so we've been supporting them and our community has been supporting. And granted, you know, this part of town, people are a little bit better off from a wealth standpoint for sure. But people didn't miss a beat. I mean, like I have a young lady whose house burned down. Their parents, their whole family, was in her junior year at Pali High. They relocated. She's been doing CrossFit with me and taking class for about 1.5 years. She didn't miss a beat. Her and her friends got together. They started fundraising and doing a clothing and food drive for all the people that have lost their houses. She's just jumped into the fire as this 15, 16-year-old girl. She led from the front. She is right now getting ready to play her senior year on the soccer team. That's why she came and started training with me because she's undersized and small. She's the starting goalie on the Pali High soccer team. They made it to the playoffs. They didn't even have a place to play during their spring competition, and they just kept rocking it, man. Like, you know what it's like when a tragedy happens and a bomb goes off. CrossFitters run forward. We're forward-facing community. We support each other, and it's been inspiring. I feel like this year has been like 5 years, to be honest with you, because we had the fires in January, February. We recovered from that. You know, the summer kind of kicked in, and then now the games have happened, and man, what a heck of a ride this year's been. So,
Andrew Hiller, in 2015, I messaged Dusty Hyland about how to improve my shoulder mobility. He told me to do 3x10 PVC pipe pass-throughs daily. I still forward that advice to anyone who asks me a similar question.
Right.
Do you even remember that?
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew.
You do remember that?
I do. I mean, Andrew has been around the space for a long time. And, you know, I unsuccessfully tried to kind of be an online coach for a little while. Like I dabbled in it. And I put a gymnastics training module up for a while. And I was just terrible at updating it. And I didn't do a very good job of it. And I take full responsibility for that. And it just I didn't know where it was going to go. It kind of morphed. And it was like $10 a month. And Andrew hopped into the advanced training. And he was one of the first people to do 30 ring muscle ups unbroken. And
oh, wow.
It was a shock. I was like, that is impressive. And Andrew's an impressive athlete, dude.
Yeah.
But
Dude, his
that,
handstand holds are insane too. He has some really incredible shit he does. Just really
yeah,
quick, the first I was friends with him for a little while, and I will
yeah,
never forget this show. We were doing a show, and I forget, they released a rogue workout or some semifinal workout, and he goes, "I'm going to do it." And so he just opened up his camera wide, and we were live, and then he just fucking,
right.
it was like Grace with 225 or some shit. It was
What
fucking
a
nuts.
badass,
I know.
It
And
was
we
sick.
watched the viewership like skyrocket. And
right?
yeah, he's a fucking freak. Yeah.
Well, there's a million gymnastics coaches online now, and you can find any drill or any piece of access that you're trying to develop your skill development. I still believe strength first, and it was interesting to work as a seminar coach on the gymnastics seminar staff for a few years, and really, I was so lucky to be able to travel and be around. Going to Dubai first and going to the Philippines and going to New Zealand and Australia and represent the brand, and go out there. And man, we had a little bit of autonomy. Jeff Tucker was running the program back then, and just connecting with people and educating them on some real basics like shoulder pass-throughs that have really kind of, honestly, I think hopefully helped thousands and thousands of people across our community for such a long period of time. I just got burned out on that too. It was such a great gig. It's what a time, dude. I mean, I'm sure you were traveling with seminar staff and doing videos from time to time, but
Oh, dude, it was
so
an
cool.
incredible time.
Just
Let
connecting.
me ask you this really quick, flashing forward to today.
Sure.
CrossFit's given up so much turf. I don't mean that in a positive or negative way. And people are now
Sure.
filling that space, right? So there was this time when people keep saying they want change, and I'm like, fuck, you sound like a fucking idiot. Like, first of all, you're not saying anything, and second of all, like, you don't want change. What you want is the old CrossFit back. You touched on it slightly, the importance of what the brand is, and you described the brand very well. It's something that's really fucking hard, really edgy, revolutionary, but also can give you longevity and completely change your life for health. And then now you're talking about a day when the machine was firing on all 12 cylinders and CrossFit had all the turf, right? They had the SMEs, they had the regionals, they had the affiliate gatherings, they had the blog that was pumping. And then now it's probably running, at 70%, right? Or maybe even 50%. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so other people are just coming in, and I don't mean this in a good or bad way at all, and they're filling that, right? So when the media team cut back, now there's a vacuum for media come in. Now there's more and more SMEs. There's nutrition people. They gave up the turf on nutrition. And do you see that as, do you ever see CrossFit taking that turf back?
Yeah, I mean, I think
and do you think it would be a good thing if they got all that turf back, if they slowly oozed back into those areas? And there was this thing that that really has, I think everything in life more and more, as I understand stuff, is people are looking for authority. And Greg wanted CrossFit to be the CDC. He wanted the CrossFit Journal to be the authority on all things health and fitness and wellness. And the authority. So when you type in push up into Google, you go online and it's just CrossFit videos, or you type in pull up. And so CrossFit was the authority, and it's kind of, it's let other people come in and take that mantle. Do you have any, do you think that that's an accurate character? You think that's an accurate characterization of kind of what's happened?
I would say so.
Okay.
I think that I think it's a tricky bit of business because it comes down to dollars and cents, and it comes down to who purchases the business. I honestly think that Matt's pitch about centralizing HQ, about centralizing media, about including all of the folks that are out. Basically, you guys are SMEs. That including the people that are out there doing the job already is the way to go, at least in some aspects. I mean, I don't think it's a perfect concept, but when CrossFit HQ was in Santa Cruz and you guys were somewhat centralized,
that was the shit.
It seemed that was where it was hitting its stride. I never made it to visit Santa Cruz, but I always wanted to. right? There was that tug for me. Same thing with aerobics, right? Like, you know, there's an interesting concept or idea about centralizing either the affiliate one. Let's call it affiliate one. Let's do it somewhere.
It was so sad when he got rid of that affiliate. That was one of the few mistakes I think Greg ever made, was getting rid of that original CrossFit Santa Cruz. He should have I mean, I know he donated it to the Marines, but I think that was a huge mistake, because we all wanted to go there and use the pull-up bar that we saw Greg Amundsen use. We're like, I'm going to do some pull-ups on that. Yeah.
Sure. I think that, like, you could buy 50 acres of land, like kind of how Matt was kind of outlining, and remake CrossFit Affiliate One, and have a place where you can host seminars and you can run podcasts and you can also have the games. And if you centralize the games, now you have the Wodapalooza back, where everyone comes to, I like California. Let's do it in Central California, where everyone comes out like Burning Man, or, whatever it is, for the games in the summer, where we can host things, where we can educate, where we can plow 10 acres and you can build a lake if that's where you want the guys to swim, or you could, in a perfect world, if you had a bunch of money and the right person, I think that you could re-centralize the focus and the message of CrossFit, the methodology, and allow that to proliferate out into the ether and the space, and can somewhat control not only the message, but, give some clarity to the relationship between what the test of fitness is doing and what it is expressing, and how that relates back to the affiliates. And the more information that is out and put out that is really great in terms of education, the engagement, I think that it can be turned around in a really, really great way, because it works. When something works, people are drawn to it. It's got to be simple. Yep. It's a complicated confluence of this stuff.
You're a full-time coach, Dusty, between CrossFit LA and your private clients you use it at Dogtown CrossFit?
100%. I coach probably 100 plus hours of one-on-one coaching a month. I coach 30 hours of classes a month. And then I train. So, like, dude, I would say this too. The other thing is, like, being a CrossFit athlete is so far down the list for me. It was such a win to get back there. I was so healthy this summer, and I had to manage that between all of the other things that I'm doing. And that was just to get my goal was to get as healthy as possible. It was 185 pounds going to the CrossFit Games. I hadn't been that since I was 40. Wow. My body fat percentage on a DEXA scan was like 12%. I was so excited and happy.
Whoa.
And guys, at 50, the joints, they still don't want to work, right? Like, I had little Achilles tendinopathy in my right ankle, so I couldn't do a whole lot of stuff. Right now, my shoulders are both still kind of wrecked from the games. Like, I'm feeling a little clicky in the shoulders. I got a little subscap issue in the left shoulder, but I cleaned and jerked 300 pounds at the games, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On a bad shoulder. And, I had a goal earlier this year. It's always good to have goals, but when I started, this is actually really cool. This is for personal stuff, and this is for people out in the world. Is like, where can you take things if you're just consistent? Consistency is the key in success in any environment, but more so even in the gym. Intensity, we know, is what derives a lot of great feedback for people in the CrossFit space. But if you're consistent more than anything, awesome. When I first started, I wrote these numbers on a piece of paper for myself. I was like, man, it'd be really cool to be able to bench press 300 pounds, back squat 400 pounds, and lift 500 pounds. And then I started working on those things. And I got to be able to do that probably about 10 years ago. So I was 40. Wow. And then when I got those numbers, I didn't go crazy past that. I was just like, you know what? Let's go the Josh Everett route, and let's try and hold these numbers. Let's see how long I can do that. And the weekend after my 50th birthday, I did 20 minutes max bench press, 20 minutes max back squat, 20 minutes max deadlift. And I actually didn't max them. I worked up to 300 and I got it. And then I worked up to 400 on the back squat and I did it. And then I worked up to 500 and I pulled it. And for me, all I've been trying to do is just explore strength and conditioning in this existence in life and push the old man back as far as I can every year and continue to change that expression of CrossFit and understand that will allow me to better connect with my athletes, whether they're 15 years old or they're 60 years old. And hopefully set an example that, that we can continue to do this thing and live a great life and use fitness to live better. And I was super pumped to do that. And the whole crew came in.
That was 2 for 500. That was 2 for 500.
2 for 5. Yeah, it was light. My max deadlift ever was 570. Believe it or not.
I'm gonna do it again.
And I didn't.
What about 570? Say that again. What did you say about 570?
My max deadlift ever on planet Earth, like I've ever picked up, I think is 570. And that to me, I can't even believe I did that. But I didn't know how to use my hamstrings when I started with CrossFit. I was a gymnast. Like someone had to teach me how to like deadlift, right?
Yeah.
So 20 years later, here we are, right?
Let me ask you this. What do you think about Nordic curls?
I think they can be valuable.
Do you do them?
You do them a lot?
No, I don't do them at all, but Instagram really wants to sell me some Nordic curl shit. And I keep thinking to myself, if I could teach my kids that at a young age, it's probably one of those skills that like they could keep their whole life. And then I was talking to someone, a physical therapist yesterday, and he was telling me something about like people who can do Nordic curls have like 40% less ACL tears or some shit like that. So, and I'm like, what the fuck? I got to teach those to my kids.
Yeah. Glute ham raises. So when I went out in 2013, right after Sam, Lindsay, and Val podiumed at the CrossFit Games, I got to go to Columbus and I spent some time at Conjugate with Laura Phelps and her husband at the time. And the Westside stuff is all about hamstring strength. And so we spent a lot of time doing that and then starting to incorporate that into their training as well as a buffer. We do a lot of hamstring work with our aging clientele at CrossFit LA. The average athlete at CrossFit LA now is 45 to 50 years of age.
Wow.
That's us.
So
we do a lot of hamstring work. Yeah. Yes. Dude, the coolest thing about coming to CrossFit LA is this. I have a couple, and they lost their house in the Palisades. But they've been doing CrossFit. Both of them have been doing it there since 2008. Tanya, she's 55 years old, finished in the top 50 in her age division this year. Wow. And we've been doing and working on lifting. And she just PR'd her hang clean. She weighs 110 pounds at 125 yesterday. At 125. And she's 55.
That's crazy.
And like I just love this stuff. Like we could talk about this till we're blue in the face. We probably have like 3 people watching us right now, but
no, it's actually a big show. It's up over 300.
That's cool.
Yeah. People, I think that there's a cohort of people who know who you are and your origins, and they're very interested and they haven't heard from you in a long time. I was thinking this morning, I was like, have you ever been on this show?
I haven't. You had Kenny on after the fires.
Yeah, it's crazy that you've never been on. It's fucking crazy.
We talked about it. It's funny. The before you had your show, there was those goofy CrossFit podcasts, and I was on the Wadcast podcast back in the day.
Mm-hmm. What's that guy's name? He's the comedian.
Eddie If.
Yes, Eddie If. Yes, Eddie. Yes.
Yeah. And there was a period of time when that was the only CrossFit podcast. I think it was early on. No, but we talked about it over the years, and it just never happened. What do you guys? I mean, not to change the subject, but what do you guys think about the WFP? You think it's going to have legs? No idea. All right.
I have no idea. I'm for me, I'll be most impressed if they make it to year 2, right? What they're
Right.
doing is
Sure.
it's an enormous fucking undertaking. Enormous undertaking.
It's a lot of money.
And they've done an amazing job at curating and getting the best athletes there.
Right.
The part that I think that the only thing that I think that they're missing, like I don't care about any of the judging or any of that shit. All the stuff that we have fun with in the media, I don't care, because my kids play tennis, and even tennis at a super high level, like all the CrossFitters seem like babies to me. You're lucky you even have judges, because even tennis at a high level, there are no judges or referees. Tennis players judge each other. So if me and you are playing tennis and it's at a super fucking high level, we don't have a ref, and I have to call whether your shots are in or not. And you have to trust me and I have to trust you. And so like for me, like I think we're so fortunate in so many ways of all the things we have. The thing that concerns me is this for the athletes, by the athletes, because that's not how capitalism works. That's not how the biology of human beings works. The biology of human beings is I come to your house and you only invite me back if I brought something good. So I say something nice to your wife. I take my shoes off before I enter the house. I bring a bottle of wine. And that's the same thing that works why you can work 130 hours a week without even trying, because you bring something to market that other people want. And so this focus on the athletes, they're just the characters. And this thing that like I'm totally okay on your personal life that you need more value than just being an athlete, but that's your personal life. But for those of us who are watching, we're watching to escape or to be inspired. And so I just think that maybe the foundation of where they're coming from might be off a little bit. Like, hey, dude, like Cirque du Soleil, they don't give a fuck. Like it's to put asses in those seats. It's not, they're not like, hey, let's find a place where there's all these world-class gymnasts. Let's give them something to do when they're done.
Right.
It's like,
no, it's brutal. It's the exact opposite.
Yeah. Like if you die, they kick you to the fucking curb, or if you break your leg, it's like, bye.
Yeah, you're just out. You're just out.
Yeah. And that's the truth is that's the way all sports are. They think that it's different than NFL. It's not. They think it's different than NBA or the UFC. It's not. You are an entertainer. And so I just that would be my only, like, hey, dude, make it for the fans. And then the athletes will then reap the downstream, the benefits of that. But like, if there was no NBA, no one would know who Michael Jordan, like if there was no fans, there would be no Michael Jordan. No one would ever care that there's some dude who can throw a fucking round ball into a hoop from 50 feet away. There's dudes doing, I mean, there's dudes on YouTube throwing Frisbees from fucking 200 yards away and putting them into a hoop. You know what I mean? And you watch it 10 times and you're over it. You're like, you better do something else cool.
This fundamental understanding of capitalism and how it relates to our space. And
it's in our biology, by the way.
Yeah.
For those people who miss it, it's in our biology. We want to bring things to the table for our fellow man. Gifts.
I didn't even realize it and recognize it when I accepted a job to work in Grid back when that was a thing, right? So that was about 10 years ago.
I remember seeing you in your suit. That was so funny seeing you in a suit. I was like, oh,
all I wanted to do was get paid to coach. What I didn't see was that the ecosystem was broken and it wasn't going to work long term. And I was just like, on to the next thing, right? Like, in my mind, I was like, finally, I'm getting paid to coach these athletes that I was kind of doing it for nothing, just out of sheer joy. And what was interesting to me was after Greg stepped down and things became a little more public around how the funding was structured for the CrossFit Games, it became very writing on the wall, right? Like what drives the CrossFit Games and the fact that it doesn't really make money. Right, at all. We knew that, but like that it is an advertisement. It is a test of fitness. It is 100% not a professional sport, just in my opinion. And what we need to recognize is either you're a gym owner or a coach or a member or an athlete, right? And I had this conversation with Easy, who I love, but we were talking about this at the games last year, at the Masters Games. And he was like, man, I don't know, man. Man, I love love this sport. I love everything about it. I just wish we could make more money. And I was like, well, easy. What do you do for a living? Is what I asked him. And I didn't mean that in a mean way. I was like, we were having this conversation. We were sitting back in the warm-up area. And I said, are you an athlete? Are you a professional athlete? Is that how you make your money? And he just waited a beat and he kind of looked at me and I said, but do you teach seminars, right? So you're a coach first, right? And maybe that's not entirely the case. I mean, he has sponsors and he does a really great job and he's built a life and he's got a beautiful family and I respect the hell out of him. He's an amazing athlete. And it was this shift in thinking is sort of like the way I sort of look at the CrossFit Games. It's sort of like a rodeo. It's like you're playing for buckles, right? You go to the rodeo, it's dangerous, right? You love the rodeo because it's exciting, but anything can happen there. And you got to be prepared to ride that bull or that horse or whatever you're going to do, right? But to expect a paycheck when you show up, I don't think that's how it works, right? And if gyms are ranches and we're raising, or I don't want to like raising cattle, but we're taking care of humans. That's what we do. We lift people up. We take care of humans. We coach them, right? And that is your identity, and it should be. And that should be your approach. Is like, how do I make these people's lives better? How do I make my life better, right? And the CrossFit Games are an expression of that elite level of work.
Yep.
If you look at it in that sort of lens, I think it starts to make a little more sense, right? And in that environment, Rich Froning runs a huge ranch, right?
Yep.
He's got a lot.
Yep.
I've got a small one. It's my garage, right? We're all doing the same thing.
But you're also in a really Rich Froning has a huge one in a small pond. You have a small one in a very big ocean.
Big pond.
Yeah.
Right. And it's interesting. Like I don't know. I don't know how you feel about stock level programming. But I always go back to as a coach, I still write all my own programming. I don't pull the cap programming down and just run a class. That's fine. It's cool. I feel like there's this intellectual kind of expression that I like to just still play with and toy with CrossFit programming for my individual clients, but also for our classes, because I think
that's the old school shit. That's what Greg would say. The stock programming on main site is for the deployed troops.
Yeah.
You know, and those of us who just need something, a place to peruse. But yeah, I do think that, I mean, I never owned an affiliate, but I think if I owned an affiliate or if I was training people, besides myself and I program for my kids. I train my kids.
Yeah, of course.
And it's really important. I think it's really important to do your programming. Hey, I want to show you something really quick.
Cool.
I want to show you this girl here really quick. Sorry, Caleb.
What the fuck?
This is Zalia Avant-Garde's account. Now, there's something, the really incredible thing about her, she's the national spelling bee champion.
Get out.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
This fucking girl is insane, dude. This chick is so amazing. Imagine the horsepower going on between her ears.
Dude.
And that's what you want to cultivate in these kids, man. You're keeping her busy. She's on a unicycle and she's juggling. I can't do one of those things. And I've been working out for 20 years straight.
I think she holds the world record for most balls dribbled simultaneously. She is an absolute freak of nature. And it's like, hey, CrossFit's cool. But there's some people doing some really amazing shit out there who are not getting fucking paid for it. Oh, look, and of course she's a chemist. But yeah, she's a it's wild, right?
Yeah. And it's
so,
really cool. I love the fact that you've had the Travis Bajent's kind of story becoming a football player is a really cool one to me.
And so you have to remember, like, hey, she's put in all this work, and she's the only. I'm guessing she probably makes some pretty good money. She probably has sponsors and makes whatever. But at the top of her game, there's only one of her. She's one of one, and she plowed her own. There's no curriculum. It's like, okay, we're gonna make you national spelling bee champion and the best basketball player who ever fucking lived.
Right.
And look, I like this, Sabir. And look, she dresses her age. Fucking great point, Sabir. You don't see that in California. God, do you live by a high school or junior high, Dusty?
I actually do.
It is
Culver
nuts,
High
isn't it?
about 3 blocks away. I was
You
walking my
trip on
dog,
hot
and I was
days. You're like,
"What's
oh my God,
happening?"
what are these kids fucking wearing?
Yes. I was overwhelmed at what was coming out of the high school, and everyone was scared of my golden doodle as I'm walking it. It's an interesting world we're living in.
Yeah, I can only imagine I'm in a beach town, so people are barely clothed anyway, but I'm sure LA is just on a whole nother level. Jesus, people, watch what your kids are wearing when they leave the house, for crying out loud.
Indeed.
Anyway, my point being is like, yeah, you have to bring shit to fucking market.
Mhm.
And you know what's kind of interesting? Like, look at someone like Guy. People give him a lot of shit, but look how cool it is. He's a CrossFitter, but also he's found a niche to be like, his lifting is absolutely unique in a space of just all lifters. No one moves.
He's incredible.
Yeah, the way he moves, we still like, no one can mimic that. No one is mimicking that. And there's places like that in our community where people can make out these niches. You could be a world-class athlete and the best coach. You could also have, like, maybe not be the best at the games, but still be an amazing lifter. What Adler did in the run this year was absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah, there's this the opportunities have to be made. There's no template.
Right. There's no template, and you just keep working. I went back during the pandemic, and I toyed with. I know this is blasphemy, but I toyed with
Allison
my
NYC.
CSCS.
Yes, Allison NYC's made her own template. Very good point. Very good. Gotten very wealthy. Yes. Go on. Go. Sorry, Dusty. Sorry.
I went back and toyed with getting my CSCS to the NSCA, and I read the entire book cover to cover, and I still haven't been able to just go stomach taking the test, just because I keep hearing about all of the just the stuff between the NSCA and CrossFit, and all I've ever wanted to do was connect with people and help CrossFit move into the ethos of supporting and developing kids in their sports, in their respective sports, and be recognized on a collegiate level, so that we can just help more kids recognize that they can use it for development, use it for early development, and become better humans, better athletes, better expressions of what they want to be as they grow. If that makes sense.
Yep. 100%.
So
100%.
We'll see if that ever happens, but I continue to just look for things to push me forward as a coach. 100%.
Hey,
how can I find another way to connect? So,
do you still pay your affiliate fees?
Of course. Yes.
Why do you do that? I'm not asking this as a loaded question either. I'm not suggesting that you don't pay them, but you came in when affiliate fees were probably $500. Now they're $4,500. You also don't have a big affiliate. You're just in your garage, and then you also train at Culver City CrossFit. Is that an emotional attachment?
Two things. I think that's what I want to hang on to the brand, I guess, Dogtown, because it's close to my heart. And then secondly, I've seen things happen in the gym. I wanted to be fully insured, and I wanted to be above board business. The longer you do this, the more chance that something's going to go sideways or someone's going to get injured. And I just want people to know that this is a professional establishment when they step into my garage. I mean, not that they would question it anyway, but staying insured, staying connected to CrossFit. I think it's important to support the brand 100%. They've been it's been part of my ethos and journey for the last 20 years. They've been there for me, and that's the way it goes.
So like a loyalty,
For sure.
a brand loyalty payment.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Jenna.
There's probably
I think
not a lot
she's-
of there's probably not a lot of garage gyms
right.
left.
No way.
No,
Sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say about Miss Jenna?
but I was just gonna say, I think that like
Does she train?
this
at your
is where
gym?
it all started. She goes to CrossFit LA,
Okay.
and she started about, I want to say 8 or 9 months ago when she started her job, and Dave came through, and we had a few folks from HQ come through, and we've connected. She's awesome, and she is honestly on a fitness journey for herself that is just happening offline. Like I think
For
she
sure.
pulled 350 pounds at her deadlift about
I know, it's
a couple of
crazy.
weeks ago, and she's really dialed in her nutrition, and she's really taking care of herself, and we're really enjoying just the CrossFit experience.
She drank the Kool-Aid for sure, which is so
And
refreshing. So refreshing.
You know,
like
and I hear little bits about
she
all
wants
the
to get
stuff.
it. She really wants to like she's jumped in with both feet. There's no
I
denying it.
really love the marketing campaign that they just came out with. I think it's been really great. I think the coverage around the games were great. I thought the 30 athletes in each division was the correct amount. Watching it from home was super cool, super fun.
Yep.
My wife and I did that. And again, I think the inclusion of all you guys doing your thing there was awesome. It was refreshing and accessible, and we were getting all the dirt and the fun, and man, there's something great going on.
Under Jenna's leadership with media, this is the first time in 5 or 6 years that there's been a steady stream of really good content. And I hope that she continues it and doesn't get doesn't lose any morale, because it is going to take time for them to get that mantle of authority back in the media space.
Right.
But they are really trying some things. I mean, they finally, for many years they wouldn't go live with podcasts, or when they did podcasts, they would take months to get out. Now they're doing tons of live content. They're including tons of fucking people, different kinds of people, different voices. They're taking risks. What they let us do at the games this year was absolutely amazing. Yeah, Jenna is a breath of fresh air for sure in the space, and I'm sure it's a people who want to move quickly and who want to take chances, who realize that it's totally okay to take chances and fall, because we're in a place of just constant news cycles. It doesn't even matter if you fall on your face; just publish something right behind it. It doesn't even matter, right? I think she gets it. She is 100% an absolute a light at CrossFit right now. I totally agree. Fake Sevon, I closed my garage gym at $4,500 a month. Yeah, I get it. 5 a.m. squat club. Dusty Hyland.
Yeah, brother. What's going on?
Vindicate. Jenna's 100% a good dude. Clydesdale Media. Jenna is awesome. Hope she gets to keep the momentum going. Yeah.
I think what you guys have been doing, I think what Dave's been doing too is great. All that behind the scenes stuff with the execution and
yes,
design
those videos were great.
Games are so cool. But I also love that he's been doing his weekend reviews, and he's been doing a little more media and stuff, and just hearing him and what he's doing in his life is super cool. It's like the guy's just rocking it, and he continues to. So,
what other sports do you follow?
Football, basketball, a little bit. I'm not a big baseball fan. A little bit of tennis. My dad really loved watching tennis. I didn't watch the U.S. Open, but I just followed it.
Was crazy. It was crazy.
Interesting this year, more so than anything. We got rid of our cable, and I've been trying to spend less time watching a ton of stuff and spend more time just being present, not only with my family, but with people, and spending more time with friends. Do
you watch any UFC?
I kind of grew out of it, to be honest with you. I haven't been watching most recently. I know you're into it. I know I catch you're way into it, aren't you?
Yeah, I watch every single Saturday. I don't watch the
Balls
Contender
deep.
Series, but I totally understand the growing out of it. There was it the brutalness of it?
No,
No.
no. I think honestly there was this level of frequency that you have to follow, just
Yeah.
even like know all the athletes. And
Yeah.
and I think also I kind of just grew. There were some athletes early on that I followed, and then I was close to a little bit, and then they all retired, and I just pick up the mantle and just keep going.
Yeah. I really like Dana's role in the sport.
Mhm.
And I just think like he's always the glue, whether you like him or don't like him.
Right.
Even the people who don't like him, I think would be so sad if he left. There's a component. It's kind of, I was thinking about this today. If we were if this was any other time in history, anytime the president would address the nation, he would sit in front of that desk, and they would have the prompter, and Bush or Clinton or Biden would come up there and they'd be like, "We've had a tragic event happen in this
Right.
nation today." And now it's not like that at all. It's him walking to the helicopter and taking questions. Him just winging it on Joe Rogan. And there's this authenticity, I guess, to him, or I guess it's a vulnerability, or it's like
accessibility, right?
accessibility.
Yeah.
It's like in my whole lifetime, all the presidents combined, we've never had this access to what we've had to him in the first 9 months. And and Dana does that too. Do you know what I mean? There's this criticism that maybe it's not professional or it's too cavalier, but I absolutely love that. Like that makes me feel closer and more intimate and more bought in. And that was the thing that I really like that about Dave too. And I wish he was given more free reign to do that, to be, you know what I mean? And there are going to be some gaffes. There are going to be some things like, I think it's a little harsh for the president to say, even though this guy killed Charlie Kirk, to say that we're going to try to give this guy the death penalty. But he's human. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see this thing play out in court and everyone get their, but I just like it. He comes on there, he's like, "We bombed Iran today." Like it's just not, I just like the lack of, the more I can see you, the more I can put my bullshit radar on you.
Right.
And the more I can connect with you. And I just value that. And I hope to see CrossFit as a community, as a cult, as a religion, as a methodology, as an ideology go more that way. Like, hey, just connect with us.
100%.
Yeah, just connect with us. Even if I don't like you, just connect with me. Let me connect with you.
Right?
Yeah, just let me connect with you. The older I get, the harder it is to follow with the West Coast times. Yeah. I can't imagine living on the East Coast and watching sports.
Right.
Pretty cool of Dusty to say this stuff. Many other prominent athletes and coaches that were involved still bitter about grid not working out, most blaming Greg not supporting it at the time.
I mean, it is what it is, right? You gotta own up to your involvement. You gotta see things for what they are, and then we move on and learn from them, hopefully, and not make the same mistakes. Hopefully, this isn't the same mistake for our community, because all it's going to do is draw attention away from what the real thing is, and that is CrossFit and helping people get healthier. Hopefully, it's just a good advertisement for it. I watched it. It was fun. It was fun watching the athletes go. It wasn't a test of fitness, though. It was certainly a showcase. And it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I don't mean to lay judgment at all whatsoever.
What do you think about it? What's your take on it? Like your big picture take on it?
Like, I love watching people work out. I'm goofy and weird like that. I'm into it because I do it. I thought it was a great show. Like I said, it was a little messy, but was it messier than anything else that for the first time? Probably not.
Or NorCal Classic. I love NorCal Classic. It was messy as fuck.
Right?
I fucking loved it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And and it's a community event, and you're out there and you're in the grass, and judges are doing this. And this is what people don't recognize, is like how far we've come in 12 years as as a community and as you know, us trying to do things the right way is like, dude, we were climbing over wood fucking planks on 105-degree rubber in the center of the stadium in Carson in 2010 with no
floor was
mats,
135
right?
degrees. I remember when security went out there and shot it with that laser, and I remember
My
it was
God.
this skinny black security guard, and he's like, "This is dangerous."
Right.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
People's hands.
I
burning.
don't want to see the WFP not be successcul. I just
Me
don't
neither.
see how it works. I'm just sort of waiting to see how it goes. I mean, I don't think that I don't think that failing is good for our community. Anything failing is not good in general for our ethos.
What do you think about where grid is today? Where it's kind of like contracted to a sustainable. It's now like a sustainable. It's like it's on solid footing now, right? They contracted back to the size that
I think
they probably
so.
should have started at.
Dude, it was so dangerous when we started.
you mean like for the athletes?
You shouldn't
mean
be
just crazy
power-
shit?
Dude, oh my God. You shouldn't be doing some of the things they were doing as fast as possible. 100-pound box step overs on a metal fucking box from Alico. Like some of the stuff was nuts, right? And they didn't profess to be a fitness brand. They were doing extreme stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's just
like squirrel
just funny.
suits. They're not professed. Squirrel suits aren't
Right.
safe.
What are we doing, right? I mean, yeah, it was nuts. Some of the weights they were moving around and some of the movements, you know, they're still doing some crazy stuff for time that I don't know, man. That stuff racks up on
The
your
burpee
shoulders.
shit's crazy. I watched one this year
Yeah.
that John Young competed in, and there was this woman doing burpees, and I'd never seen burpees like that. It was I was really glad I saw it. I was like, wow, this is kind of blowing my mind to be watching people do burpees for 20 years and someone still does them faster than I've ever seen it.
Right?
Yeah, it was nuts.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, the expression of fitness and athleticism in that crew is wild. I see it every once in a while on YouTube, but that's about it.
Hey, are you running out of time? I feel like I'm seeing you.
I am. I got to see somebody at 9, which is 22 minutes away, and I actually have to drive to the gym. So
okay, let me just say this. Going back to the what you said about the CrossFit being somewhat dangerous. I remember being in San Diego at the Del Mar Fairgrounds during Lindsay Valenzuela's reign and Valerie's reign and Kristen Clever's reign and Josh Bridges, and those events were absolutely the greatest events. And because of all the CrossFitters that showed up, because of the community. And I was talking to a mom and I said, how is this for you? She goes, it's terrifying to see my daughter hold 200 pounds over her head. And that was the thing that I think a lot of us don't realize, that because we just take it for granted and safe, but it is fucking scary if you're a parent or if you don't know the sport to see someone holding 200 pounds over their head, because if it drops on them, because that's what they think, it'll kill them. And there's so many things that we take for granted that you know, you can't. I mean, we all remember Rich Froning and Tommy Hackenbrook putting 400 pounds over their head, you know, in Carson, and being like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's real.
So, yeah.
It's amazing that more people don't get injured, knock on wood. You know,
yeah, I agree.
No.
All right, dude. Hey, you're always welcome on. I'm so it's an embarrassment that you haven't been on sooner. You're a great conversationalist. I love everything we talked about. Love you, buddy. And thank you for staying in touch all these years. Yeah.
Love you guys.
I really appreciate our friendship.
You too, bro.
Thanks, dude.
We'll catch
Have
you
a
later.
good one.
Thanks,
all right,
guys.
pal.
Yep. See you later.
Dusty Hyland. He's a cool dude, huh?
Super cool.
Got to get him a microphone.
That'd be kind of nice, you know, so we don't hear the dump truck driving around in the back.
WFP had an on-site event for the community. In the BB video, there was about 10 people max doing it. CrossFit, definitely no drug testing at Grid. Had chicks hitting 300-pound cleans.
Obviously.
Jordan J, Dusty Hyland, what a guy. Yeah, he's cool as shit.
Cool guy.
Stevan Matosian. Hi, Izzy. Yoel Romero is fighting bare knuckle tonight. BKFC, gonna be crazy. Oh,
did you see that video recently of a dude bare knuckle boxing and his fucking nose gets caved in?
No.
I don't think I can watch
it. Hey, What is today? Is today Friday? What time is that on? Is that on ESPN? Where is that, or is that on DAZN?
Doesn't.
Oh shit. Shit, Greg. I forgot today's Friday. Greg comes to town today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He looks like a completely different person after he gets punched in the nose.
God, that guy looks scary, doesn't he?
He looks like that evil guy from the Avengers. The red face. Oh my
Broke
God.
his face.
Like he doesn't even have a bridge in his nose anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no. No, thanks, dude. No, thank you. I'll pass on that.
I wanted to do a show at 10 a.m. I'm so confused by this post that, not the post that Spin made, but the reaction to it. I don't understand the I'm so fucking confused. I almost called Kotler and asked him why anyone. It looks like people are upset about this post. I don't fucking understand how anyone would be upset at this. Like the shit people are saying to Spin is fucking bizarre to me. This one.
This one? Okay.
A rumor is Team North America athletes didn't want to compete. Athletes didn't want to compete if Gazan didn't withdraw. Now, my brain straight went to the fact that Wodapalooza is giving away a shitload of money there. I want to say I think it's like $80,000 for the winning team.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Kotler's fiery, and I like that about
Team
Kotler.
of 4?
I totally like that about Kotler. That he's fiery. I love Kotler. Let's say that again.
Team of 4, like 4 people, so you get 20 grand a piece.
Yeah, you get 20 grand a piece. So you fly out to LA, you compete with the homies, and if you win, you get 20 grand. I think if you lose, you get 10 grand or something. Maybe it's more. But
seems like a lot.
And I don't know how many are there 4 people on the team or 6 people on the team?
I think there's 4.
And so if Gazan wasn't 100%, why would anyone be upset about it? I can't even imagine Alex being upset about it. She doesn't want to go she doesn't want to go out there and be the weak link. She's a fucking beast. She's a future CrossFit Games champion.
There's way more than 4.
Does anyone know what the prize money is at Wodapalooza? By the way, we're going to Wodapalooza. I'm pumped. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, maybe it's $160,000 the prize money. I think they get $20,000 each. And I wanted to go through the comments and try to figure out what someone's like someone accused Spin of making it up.
I don't think Spin just makes stuff up. Like,
Alex Gazan even made a really funny post. He commented in the comment section and made a really funny comment. It's so funny.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's the funniest. It's the funniest fucking GIF she posted.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Spin should pin that. Maybe he did pin it. That's fucking hilarious, dude.
That's the way my wife looks at me when I tell her that I'm not having dessert.
I don't someone wrote let me see what Jason Hopper wrote. No one person on the team said anything remotely close to that, bud. Here's the thing you guys have to know. Jason must know this. There were at least 2 incidents this year where information came to our group diming out, 2 completely separate incidents where athletes were diming out people, athletes who are very, very close to them, that if you found out, you would be like, what the fuck? It would completely change your fucking perception of those athletes. Like, we already know you'll do. I think Jason said it. I love Jason, but Jason even said it on a podcast. I'll do anything to win. Why would you want Gazan on your team if you're going to take time out of your training, all that shit, in this super busy schedule, not to go there and win? I can't imagine Alex or anyone getting upset at that, and I can't imagine Jason. Jason knows how fucking crazy these athletes are with each other. I can't imagine he thinks that anyone would tell him the truth on that. What does diming out mean? Meaning, I'll give you an example. Caleb, let's say Caleb's on the show and he finds out that there is a video of me peeing in someone's Cheerios while they're not looking at breakfast, and I think and I think Caleb would never tell anyone because he's my right-hand man, and he sends a link to Tommy and Shawnee. Like that.
That would be fucked.
Like that. It's worse than that, dude. The shit, it is worse than that. It is crazy. And then 2 weeks later, Sousa doing the same thing to me. Sousa having video of like my penis getting caught in my zipper in a bathroom. And you guys find out I've been lying about having a giant cock all these years, and you see that I only have a 1/2-inch penis. And this time he sends it to Morning Chalk Up. No, to John Woolley. I'm telling you, it's okay. Thank you. Good. I wasn't sure if my examples. I'm telling you, it is savage. It is in the examples I'm giving you are not nearly one of the examples. Do you know the two I'm talking about, Caleb?
Yes.
One of them is so savage you wouldn't even fucking, but you can't even believe it because your guys' perception of this athlete is so different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And then listen. So let's hear. This is here. So Sousa has video of me with my tiny micro penis getting caught in a fucking zipper and start crying like a baby and begging for help. But Sousa takes video of it, sends it to Morning Chalk Up, and then 2 minutes later runs into the bathroom and calls an ambulance and acts like he cares about me. It's like that. And the whole world only saw the video of Sousa taking care of me, so everyone thinks Sousa's this great guy who's worried about my micro penis. When really he dined me out for lying about my giant cock and fucking showing me get my dick caught in a zipper. Hypothetical micro penis. Thank you. Yes. It's completely not even hypothetical, just not true. But fucking is a kielbasa a big sausage? I have a kielbasa.
Yes, that's a kielbasa.
Healthy. It's scary what happens to my brain when that thing fills with blood. It's like, all right, everything goes on shutdown. My brain goes into hibernation. It knows it. It knows that. Yeah, taking care of you. Yeah, shows him dabbing my penis with cotton balls dipped in alcohol, pouring iodine on my penis, cupping my balls like that. That's the way it was presented to you. And so for Jason to think that to no one like, hey, dude, like they're like, dude, are you kidding me? Come on, dude. And then a gentleman Kotler said, you are something else, bro. I'm not sure how to read into that. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if he thinks it's cool or bad.
I don't think he thinks it's cool.
You don't think he thinks it's cool?
No, I think he's trying to stand up for Alex.
But it's not a dig at Alex.
I mean, I think it's them trying to. I don't know, man. I think that's just how they take it. They're like, oh, they want her out.
Then this guy from CBG Nutrition said no one on the team said that. And all that reveals to me is that someone did say it. Because I say, how do you know? And then he responds with, because I'm smooth like that and I know the source he's talking about. All that convinces me is that they did say it. And hey, dude, you run with some fucking pretty wild fucking cats.
Yes.
And he knows that if that guy's as intimate with his athletes and his clients, he knows that this isn't a stretch at all.
100%.
Then someone else wrote, rumor has it you confuse gossip with content. Dude, Spin wrote rumor. Someone else wrote, this is dumb, still time to delete this. I don't get the I don't get the I don't get the let's assume an athlete did say something like that, or I don't get why you would be upset at that athlete. I wouldn't be upset at that athlete. Would you? If you were Alex
My like,
and they were questioning you going there and being able to compete at the highest level, let's say you
yeah,
had
if I'm a
fucking
competitor, I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, dude. I'm good to go.
if you were Alex, or if you were the other competitor.
If I'm Alex and I hear somebody saying like trying to like sow some
But she
uncertainty into my ability, I'd be like, no, fuck you, I'm good.
Yeah, but would you understand where they're coming from?
No, I'd be pissed that they said it to somebody else and not to me.
Oh, okay. I guess I
Be like,
kind of
dude, just come to me, come talk to me about it, instead of being like, oh, this fucking bitch is gonna lose us all the money from tier games or whatever.
Did she pull out? Did Alex pull out?
No, I don't think so.
Does anyone know? Has Alex pulled? Because she pulled out of WFP, right?
Yeah, she pulled
And
out
she
of
was
the
the
games.
former champion. She pulled out of the games for just reason. I mean, her fucking leg got fucked up.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Oh yes, she did. She did pull out. Oh, and Kerstetter took her place.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I get what you're saying. You're saying if you were Alex, you would wish someone would have come to you and said, "Hey, are you 100%? Because we really want to get this money." Hey,
yeah.
Caleb, are you 100%? This is going to be a big podcast. Are you 100% today? I know you've been fucking all night on Molly and fucking all night.
Yeah, I'm good. Maybe.
Someone wrote, "Why protect the feelings of the people that feel that way?" Hey, man, you can't give your sources unless they're willing, unless it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be not ideal.
I have just seen way too many. I've seen the veracity and the commitment that these athletes have to win, even if it means hurting their closest friends psychologically. And I see no stretch of the imagination that someone said that.
Yeah, this is not out of the realm of possibility whatsoever.
No. And the fact that Alex has had is such an amazing athlete, and that she's had that tragic accident happen to her, and that we know that she's on the men's, and the fact that other team is fucking crazy that they have to go against.
Dude, it's stacked.
Like
listen,
they
probably don't have a chance anyway, but
this
if
isn't
one
Tia.
of your members is fucked,
Yeah.
like it's kind of hard to be like, I mean,
Hey.
and Olivia Kerstetter, you're replacing her with Olivia Kerstetter. I mean, come on.
Here's the thing. People talk about how athletes go to the WTF and they're not going to be intense. I'm telling you, Tia is going to go there to win. And if you're on her team and you're not in that same mindset, she's either going to put you in that mindset or fucking ass rape you. And I mean, literally put the green dildo in your ass. Tia Toomey is not getting on some fucking team to fucking like let people to do this.
No,
she's not. She's like, Tia has all the money she needs. She's got fucking a beautiful family. She's going there just to fucking destroy.
I feel like she might come down to like a level 8, but for everybody else, that's still a level 10.
I don't think she's coming. I don't think she knows how to do that, dude.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, dude, she ran that high rock sick as a dog. That if you haven't seen, if you want to know how fucking crazy Tia is, go watch that video she made a couple months ago before the games where she competed at High Rock. She was on her fucking deathbed.
Fuck. I wouldn't. I'd pull out, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah, me too. And everyone around her is going to elevate to that level, and it's a lot of money, dude. It's a lot of money. And hey, here's the thing
Almost
too.
a whole proving camp.
Here's the thing too. Alex, we know that Alex is in some really, really costly times. Like, this is not cheap what she's going through at all. And so if Alex thought she could go there and win the money, she would go there and fucking win the money.
Yeah.
And Alex is a fierce competitor, and she's going through some really hard shit. So, yeah, I don't know. I think people are being, I'll accept anything from Kotler. That's his baseline, is to be fiery. But anyone else attacking Spin, you're a fucking joke. Like, hey man, this motherfucker has a fucking day job, kids he homeschools, and he keeps that fucking site up to speed at all times. And it is the fucking dominant news source in the space by far, both on the web and on Instagram. And to take a shot at him for that, like, you're a fucking scumbag. Good. Please do unfollow and block. Go fuck yourself. How about just thank you? Yeah. It's where everyone fucking goes who gives who cares even like a tiny little bit.
Right. It's probably the only place providing reliable news.
Rumor has it Tia made a deal with the medieval witch that eats the souls of lions. She stays young by hunting them with her hands and sucks their life force directly from them. Hey, I'll tell you another rumor. Tia wants to be the only person on the team.
If she could, she would probably do it herself.
She said she wants to go alone against the North American team. She'll do all the workouts. You can just sit on the sideline and eat ice cream. Yeah. Gracie's and Crouch say that all the time. Tia elevates everyone around her. So fucking, yeah, you go fuck yourself if you got a problem with Spin posting stuff, bringing stuff to us every day, and there's one thing that you don't like.
Did you see that Justin's doing like an affiliate tour on the way down there?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
All right. I guess I don't need to do the show at 10 a.m. That show's canceled.
All right.
I will be back tonight, though, at 6 p.m. With Caleb and Taylor. We'll wrap this serial killer shit up. This Tyler, what's his name? Tyler Robinson. Charlie Kirk's assassinator has been caught. Yeah, Tyler Watkins. Yes, yes. Spin is as calculated as they come. He isn't posting garbage for the sake of it. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Love you guys. See you soon. We will be at Wadapalooza this year. Super excited. Thank you for Dylan and Sasha for inviting us. We're going to put on a hell of a show. Talk to you guys later. Oh, yes. Kill Taylor. Yes. When is Kill Taylor this weekend? Mr. Wang.
Normal time?
I'm going to start calling my penis that, Mr. Wang.
Deep Wang.
I'm assuming 8 a.m. I'm assuming 8 a.m. on Saturday. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.